And it's a very simple thing to do. What you need is sulfur and lime. Make sure it's builder's lime. Do not use agro lime. It doesn't work. Yeah. So you want builder's lime and sulfur. And the recipe, the basic recipe is 100 liters of water, 20 kilos of sulfur, and 10 kilos of lime, builder's lime. Yeah, that's all. 10. 20 sulfur, 10 lime. That's all. Now you can do a little bit of variation. If you have diatomaceous earth or soil, how do you call it? Soil or earth? Earth. DTE, diatomaceous earth. You can do half of lime and half of diatomaceous. Yeah. So instead of 10 kilos lime, you can use 5 kilos lime, 5 kilos diatomaceous. Yeah, that also works really nice. So what you do basically, and I need.
What do you need?
That wasn't here.
The machete?
The machete. Yeah.
Oh, it's here. It's in here. Eugenio.
Oh, thanks. So you want first, get the water boiling first. Once the water is boiling, meanwhile, you mix the two of them. I have 10 liters of water, so I'll do 2 kilos of sulfur, and 1 kilo lime. Yeah. So I'll just do 1/10 of the recipe. Oh. So you mix this very well. You want to get rid of all the crumbs.
So you're getting the sulfur in Mexico from oil refineries?
Yeah. In Mexico it's very cheap. We'll pay for bag $30. I don't know how much you pay here for it.
Oh, not that much.
What, 5-finger discount or?
Well, that's the best sort of stuff, 98.8% that you can get from what I've found.
Oh, it's good.
Stock feed.
You can get a cheap one from the copper refinery. They're making ammonium sulphate product of it.
Yeah.
From there.
1,000 litre. Yeah.
I mean, but for a small, if you are into your small garden, then you just go to the stock feed and that.
That's like a 10-year supply.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, making it in drums like this.
Yeah.
Well, this is the other thing. I mean, what we're trying to do, we're trying to remineralise, and if you don't have this farm export business called agriculture going on, well then, which is basically what we're trying to do here. Once we get the remineralisation done, then it's just a matter of cycling.
Okay, once it's mixed,
Remedial process.
carefully you bring it into the water. Make sure you don't spill it on the fire. It's flammable. Sulfur is flammable, so make sure you don't spill it in the water. This would, and slowly bring it in. That's it. Now, I'll explain the stirring process. You don't want to touch the bucket, otherwise you spill it over your feet. You don't want to do that. But the idea is just to stir it and to make sure it's not sticking to the bottom so it doesn't burn. And we will need a little bit of water to sprinkle it over it because this is pretty much like milk. It'll froth as well. And every time it froths, you have to sprinkle some water over it. Thanks, man. Spray it or sprinkle, whatever, to bring it, to cool it down, yeah?
It's really just the transport.
So, this will take 35 minutes to be ready. We know it's ready because it will eventually start changing in color. It should turn red. Very, very lushy, even redder than that, so...
When you added the sprinkle of water?
When it froths.
Dolomite is calcium.
What is the chemical action that's between? Why the colour change?
They bind, the lime and the sulfur will bind together. I don't have it. I mean, I don't know the chemical reaction from my mind. And but basically, what's happening is lime and sulfur will bind, and they become soluble. And once they become soluble, they get suspended in the water. They just get trapped in the water and particles, and it won't collapse anymore. So you will get two products out of this. We will get the suspension, which is red, and then we will get a greenish paste at the bottom, which is the one we use for pruning. When you do pruning cuttings, you cover all these wounds with it, and you will get no fungi or anything attacking your plant. So my 3 minutes have left. Next, please. This is a 3 minute each one of you. So.
Boil.
Does it matter how much water you put in?
It matters. You have to have 10 liters of water. For this mix is 10 liters of water, 2 kilos of sulfur, and 1 kilo of lime. 10 liters of water, 2 kilos lime, sulfur, and 1 kilo of lime, which is 1/10 of the original formula. Normally, we don't do these silly buckets. We do 100 liters.
Silly buckets, crap.
I mean, I understand Kym didn't have 100-liter bucket. I mean, that's not an easy fight to get. That's why we do it in these lovely stainless steel buckets. Look at that bucket. I told him, look, I'll pay you that bucket and let me have it.
Kim, I think we need to have an official apology for the letdown.
Oh, look at
Not
that.
stainless steel.
All this apparatus.
I mean, that bucket will last forever.
Materials.
Yeah, but you spent far too much money on it.
How long?
How long do you burn this for?
30 minutes.
45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Oh, it went up. Changed my 35 to 45 in the book.
Yeah, you can do turns, have your lunch.